The Fire Within, How to Turn Pain into Purpose and Struggle into Strength. Part 1, The Spark in the Darkness, When Pain Awakens the Fire. Now let me tell y'all something straight from the core of my soul. Life don't wait for you to be ready. It doesn't check in to see if you're strong enough. It just comes. It knocks, it breaks, it storms through everything you thought was solid. And before you know it, you're standing in the middle of the ashes wondering what just happened to my life. And if you've ever been there, if you're there right now, I want you to know you ain't alone. And more importantly, you ain't done. See, pain has a way of showing up like a thief in the night. It don't knock politely. It barges in. It shakes you, strips you, leaves you breathless. But what if I told you that pain, that same pain you're trying to escape from, is actually the birthplace of your fire? What if I told you that sometimes it takes being torn down to find out what you're really made of? I've been broke, I've been homeless, I've been overlooked, underestimated, laughed at, rejected, and I thank God for every single time it happened. Why? Because in that pain, I found my purpose. In that struggle, I met my strength. And in that darkness, I discovered a light that nobody could put out. And that light, my friend, that's your fire. Let me take you back. I remember sitting in that car, cold and alone, with nothing but a dream and a few dollars in my pocket. I was embarrassed. I was tired. I was hungry. And I remember looking up and saying, God, is this really the plan? Is this what I'm supposed to survive? But see, God don't waste pain, not a drop. Every tear you've cried, every night you've laid awake wondering if it's all gonna be worth it, He's collecting it. He's building something with it. And it's bigger than what you can see right now. The fire within you is not just for survival. It's for transformation. It's what takes broken people and turns them into builders. It's what takes your mess and makes it a message. It's what turns your breakdown into a breakthrough. But here's the part most people miss. You gotta stop running from the fire and start using it. Stop asking, why me? And start asking, what's in this for me? Because everything you've ever wanted, every ounce of greatness you were born with, is buried under the very thing you're trying to avoid. The pain, the fear, the silence, the setbacks. That's the soil your fire grows in. See, when you lose everything, you learn what really matters. When the applause stops, you find out who you are without the noise. And when you got nothing left but faith and fire, that's when you're truly free. So I'm speaking to the part of you that still believes. I'm talking to the dreamer buried under disappointment. I'm calling out the fighter who's been quiet for too long. It's time to rise. It's time to reclaim what life tried to steal. It's time to stop surviving and start living again. Because your fire, oh, it ain't gone. It's just waiting on you to breathe life back into it. And when you do, when you stop making excuses, when you stop playing small, when you stop letting fear write your story, that's when the world better watch out. Because a person on fire with purpose, that's unstoppable. That's undeniable. That's you. Part 2, Rewriting the Narrative. When you decide to take the pen, let's get one thing straight right now. You don't have to keep living by the story someone else wrote for you. That chapter where they said you weren't good enough, rip it out. That paragraph where they said you'd never make it, burn it. That ending they tried to give you, rewrite it. See, there comes a moment in every person's life where they either become a victim of their circumstances or the author of their future. You got a choice. You can sit in the corner with your wounds and your what-ifs, or you can stand up, dust yourself off, and say, not today, not anymore. Not me. That's what I had to do. I was raised on struggle. I was taught to survive, not thrive. People like me weren't supposed to dream. We were supposed to do what we were told. Keep our heads down, stay in our lane. But let me tell you something. I got tired of lanes. I got tired of ceilings. I got tired of the same four walls trying to tell me how far I could go. And so one day I said to myself, if I can't find a path, I'll build one. And that's exactly what I did. Because here's the truth. Nobody tells you. Your past is a place of reference, not residence. Just because you were broken doesn't mean you're always gonna be. Just because they left you doesn't mean you're unlovable. Just because you failed doesn't mean you're a failure. Your past is the soil. Your present is the seed. Your future, that's the forest you're about to grow. But only if you plant it. Only if you stop waiting on someone else to save you, fix you, lift you. Ain't nobody coming to rescue you. And guess what? That's the best news you'll hear today. Because it means you ain't helpless. It means you're the one with the power. Every time you get up, you're rewriting the story. Every time you show up when it's hard, you're changing the narrative. Every time you speak truth over your life instead of lies, you're taking the pen back. And let me tell you something beautiful. Your story matters. Even the messy parts. Especially the messy parts. Because that's where people see themselves. Not in your perfection, but in your persistence. Not in your highlight reel, but in your healing. So go ahead and write it raw. Write it will. Write it with all the tears, the scars, the comebacks. Because the world doesn't need another perfect person. It needs someone bold enough to be real. And baby, if you're still here, you've got chapters left. Don't let fear hold the pen. Don't let failure dictate the plot. This is your time. This is your rise. This is your rewrite. Stay in the fire. Keep holding the pen. And never forget, you're not finished. You're just getting started. Part 3, when the world turns its back, standing alone without falling apart. Now let me speak to the person who's been carrying it all, the one who's always there for everybody else, but silently falling apart inside. You feel like you're the strong one, right? The one who smiles for the world and cries in the shower. The one who holds it down for the family, holds it together for the friends, but barely holding on themselves. I see you, and more importantly, I hear you. Because I've been that person. I've been the one who picked everybody else up and then sat in silence with nobody left to check on me. I've been the one praised in public and forgotten in private. I've been celebrated on stage and crushed off camera. Let me tell you something real. Life's gonna test you the most when you already feel the weakest. The world will turn its back on you when you need the most hands to lift you up. That's not your fault, that's the fire. See, being unshakable don't mean you don't shake. It means you don't shatter. It means when the foundation cracks and the voices fade and all you got left is God and grit, you still stand. Let me ask you, who are you when nobody's looking? Who are you when the lights go out and the applause is gone? Who are you when your phone don't ring and your name ain't trending? That right there, that's who you really are. And listen to me, if you're still standing today, after all you've been through, after the betrayals, the breakdowns, the burying of dreams, and the breaking of promises, you are stronger than you know. You don't need permission to rise. You don't need applause to keep going. You don't need an audience to honor your journey. Stop waiting to be validated. You already are. Stop waiting to be seen. You already shine. Stop waiting for the crowd. The fire within you ain't meant to be fueled by noise. It's meant to be fueled by purpose. Yes, it hurts when people leave. Yes, it stings when they don't see you. But I came to tell you, you were never made to fit in. You were made to stand out. And standing out sometimes means standing alone. But baby, alone is not empty. Alone is where the real ones are built. Alone is where the vision clears. Alone is where your spirit gets quiet enough to hear what heaven's been trying to say all along. So if today feels like silence, if today feels like a void, know this, that silence is sacred. That silence is shaping you. That silence is not the end. It's the deep breath before the breakthrough. Hold on, hold faith, hold yourself together until heaven does what only it can do, because you may feel forgotten, but God has not overlooked you. Your story ain't done. Your crown ain't finished. Your rise has just begun. Part 4, the work behind the glory, winning in the dark. You ever look at somebody who made it, really made it, and think to yourself, man, they lucky. You see the stage, the car, the smile, the success, and you think, must be nice, but let me give you the truth behind every spotlight. There's a shadow full of sacrifice. Everybody wants the reward. Nobody wants to work, but the truth is, the glory don't happen on the mountaintop. It starts in the grind. It starts in the dark. When I was sleeping in my car, when I was eating bologna sandwiches, when I was doing shows for a few dollars and a soda, that was the work. That was the part nobody saw. That was the pain that planted the roots of the tree they clap for today. You see, everybody celebrates your fruit, but they never thank your roots. They don't know the nights you cried yourself to sleep. They don't see the early mornings when you wanted to quit. They don't feel the weight of the doubt you carry every single time you try again. But here's the thing, that's where your strength is forged. That's where your resilience is born. That's where your fire grows. Let me tell you something that ain't popular. Discipline is louder than motivation. Anybody can be hyped when the sun is out, but can you show up when it's raining? Can you build when no one's watching? Can you believe when the voices say quit? That's where greatness is built in the dark. Because let me tell you, the dark ain't always punishment. Sometimes it's protection. God hides you before he reveals you. He prepares you in silence before he promotes you in public. He sharpens you in the shadows so you don't crumble in the spotlight. So if you feel hidden right now, don't be discouraged. You're not forgotten. You're being formed. You're being trained and quiet for a stage that's coming. You're being strengthened for a fight that hasn't started. You're being prepared for a promise that's bigger than you thought. And when your moment comes, and hear me, it will come, you'll be ready. You won't just rise, you'll reign. You won't just survive, you'll soar. So keep working, keep believing, keep trusting the process. Because the fire in the dark, that's the one that lasts. That's the one that spreads. That's the one that sets the world on fire. And baby, your fire, it's about to be unstoppable. Part 5. The climb to purpose, from wounds to wisdom. Let me tell you something most folks don't understand until it's too late. There is purpose in your pain, and there is wisdom in your wounds. Every scar has a story, and every story has power. You may not like the chapters you've lived through, but somebody else needs them. You see, life don't just hand out success. It carves it out of your soul. It shapes it through your struggle. And if you're gonna be someone who moves mountains, you gotta be willing to be moved first. Moved out of comfort, moved out of fear, moved out of excuses. That climb you're on, that uphill journey with sweat on your brow, doubts in your mind and dreams in your heart, that's not punishment, that's purpose in motion. Every time you rise after being knocked down, you're building muscle that can't be seen on the outside. But baby, heaven sees it. Heaven is cheering for it. But here's the truth, nobody likes to talk about. Purpose is heavy, it costs, it requires sacrifice. It makes you let go of the things you once thought were necessary so you can grab hold of the things that truly are. You've got to stop holding on to who you were so you can become who you're meant to be, because your destiny don't fit in your history. The next level you're praying for, it's not unlocked by wishing, it's unlocked by walking, by moving in faith, even when you're afraid, by giving up the need for approval and picking up the power of obedience. When I stopped needing everyone to understand me, when I stopped chasing applause and started chasing alignment, everything changed. And let me tell you something about your climb. It may feel lonely, but it's not empty. It may feel hard, but it's not pointless. It may take time, but it will be worth it. Because one day you're gonna look back at this very season, the season where you almost quit, the season where no one clapped, the season where you were your own cheerleader, and you'll realize that was the moment I became who I was created to be. So don't despise the climb. Don't curse the mountain. Don't quit at the halfway point. Your feet were made for this terrain. Your soul was built for this elevation. And your spirit is unshakable. Because the pain didn't kill you, it taught you. The struggle didn't stop you, it sharpened you. The silence didn't break you, it built you. So keep climbing, keep trusting, keep growing. You're not just rising to a better life, you're rising to your purpose. And once you step into that, oh baby, the fire in you becomes a flame the world can't ignore. Part 6, the rise. You were built to finish strong. Now this is it. This is where everything comes full circle. You didn't come this far just to come this far. You didn't survive just to sit in survival. You didn't walk through the fire just to stand in the smoke. No, you were built to rise. And I ain't talking about a little comeback. I'm talking about a rise so loud it silences every lie ever spoken over your life. A rise so high that it lifts others while you climb. A rise so deep that it rewrites the story, not just for you, but for everybody who ever watched you suffer and wondered if hope was still real. Let me tell you something. When God puts his hand on you, no man, no mistake, no failure can take that calling away. You may have delayed, but you are not denied. You may have been distracted, but you are not disqualified. You may have been detoured, but baby, destiny knows your name and it's calling you now. This is not the time to shrink. This is not the time to apologize for who you're becoming. This is not the time to dim your light because others are still stuck in the dark. This is the time to rise. Rise in confidence, rise in truth, rise in humility, with boldness in your step and peace in your soul. Because you know now, you know the fire didn't break you, it branded you. You know the struggle didn't end you, it equipped you. You know the silence didn't weaken you, it prepared you. And now, stronger, wiser, undefeated, you don't need a perfect record. You need a present decision. You don't need permission, you need a plan. You don't need applause, you need alignment. And you've got all of that right now, right here, within you. So this is the part where you stop doubting. This is the part where you stop rehearsing the pain and start declaring the promise. This is the part where you let your past be the platform for your power. Look in the mirror, not at your flaws, not at your fears. Look at your fire, look at your fight, look at your faith.